Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Javi Lee. Today I'm going to be doing a walk around of my 2006 Toyota Tacoma and all the things I've done to it. And it's a lot, so if I miss something, I'm sorry. But I'll try my best. It's been about a 2.5, nearly, actually 3-year work in progress of things I've done to it. But I guess we'll start on the outside and then we'll work our way to the inside, and then under the hood and so on and so forth. So let's get started. So getting started in the front, we have some Dynamic SS3 fog lights. These are amazing. I would highly recommend them over pretty much any others I've seen. They are just incredibly bright and they have a great cutoff. That headlight's newer because this one got replaced because I got hit last Thanksgiving, and it is almost this current 2022 Thanksgiving, so hopefully I don't get hit. We'll start walking around this side. I have a 2.5 to 3 inch Toy Tech lift kit installed. It was on the truck when I bought it, so I don't know too much about it, but it's been fine. I've never owned a lifted truck before this, so I don't know how to compare it, but I like it. I wish it rode better, of course, but I mean, I like to be pampered, and it does well enough. So we have some 17-inch, I think these are Rockstar XD wheels. I didn't buy them, they were on the truck when I got them, and then I wrapped them in some 265 70 R17 Falcon Wild Peak AT3s. I love these tires. They have never given me an issue. The truck had KO2s when I bought it, and they were so loud and they didn't have good grip on wet roads, which I live in Florida and it rains nearly every day. So I'm really happy with these Wild Peaks. I think they're phenomenal. And you can see going through mud, I've not had any issues either. I blacked out all my emblems because I think it looks better. These are Dynamic SS3 Pros, I think. They're the sports or pros. I think they're the pros, but they're in the driving pattern. That way I can use them not on roads around other people, but just off-roading at night if I get caught out. I have wires running up here. This one's come out, and I don't know if you can hear it, but I think there's people shooting over there, so that's exciting because I'm supposed to camp here tonight. Walking around this side, blacked out emblem. We have the Napa Maxi Track awning. It's about $100. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for an awning. It's cheap. It works wonderfully. And I mean, compared to the ARB $300 or Rome or whatever they charge, it's ridiculous because they're all pretty much the same thing. If you look it up, they come from the same factory in China. Now this wiring here, I guess I should talk about the roof rack because this is DIY home built. I made this roof rack myself. That's a piece of aluminum going across that I just paint matched, and then I painted the hood because my hood is peeling really bad, and I plasti dipped it because I didn't want to pay, because the truck's 16 years old, and it has 230,000 miles. I don't really know. Maybe I'll treat myself and treat the truck. But this roof rack is made out of aluminum, all aluminum except for these steel plates here. These are, for some reason I made them out of steel. I trusted it more than aluminum for strength, but you know, it is what it is. So they are using, let me get along the back and I'll show you. We can show you everything up top. So we have these Prinsu, they're equivalent to Prinsu crossbars from, I think, tnuts.com. 47 inches, they go across, the same exact size as a Prinsu, it'll fit. We have a 100-watt solar panel. I don't know if you can really see. These little bolts here are for my Max Track knockoffs. These are just using the stock mounts for the awning. I just put some spacers because I have lighting all along the exterior of this truck because I got bored and I was like, I can do lighting. So we have some chase lights back here, yellowed out, because I had a friend with a Jeep who we went off-roading twice and then he sold the Jeep. So I don't really use it much anymore. Under this awning, I actually have awning lights. These are from Amazon. They're for an RV, but I wanted something relatively aerodynamic. So I have 2 of these under here, 2 on both sides, and they are popping off over there. This is what they look like unobstructed. Just some 12-volt awning lights. They work well. I put yellow tint on them, tried to avoid attracting so many bugs at night, and it works. Everything is quick connected. That way if I ever take the topper off, I can actually do it versus having to cut wires, which I thought I would take the topper off more than I do, but I pretty much never do. I also put some rear lights in the bumper. Those are not nearly as useful as I thought they'd be. It kind of washes out the backup camera I have installed, but it works fine. It is what it is. But I think that's pretty much the exterior. Underneath, we also have Bilstein 5100s for shocks, and we also have some Daystar or Firestone airbags with Daystar cradles for extra articulation, and that is all ran to right here. This is for the airbags, and this is for the outlet of my air compressor. The only thing really that counts as the exterior is behind this tail light right here. I actually have a air compressor. Let me see if I can show y'all. So there's actually an air compressor up there. It's a Viair air compressor, but I guess let me show you the interior now. We'll start at the driver's side. I think that's all the exterior mods. Yeah. So we'll start at the driver's seat. We haven't done much now. We've cleaned up a lot. So we have a battery monitor, voltage for our dual battery install we did. I'll show it under the hood here in a second. Now on the inside, we have a control panel for all our lights with a blue button here, because this is a cheaper one. It's not like a S-Pod, because those are ridiculously expensive. This was 140 bucks, I think, but you need to turn it off and on. So I have a button here that I can turn this off and on. So then I have, you know, exterior lights that I can mount, or that I can control. So I have 8 controls. I can even control my air compressor from here. Don't know if y'all could hear that, but yeah, rear, I have rock lights. I didn't show the rock lights underneath. I'll get a clip of it later at night with them lit up, because it's obviously dark or too bright right now. But yeah, I have 8 controls. Not using all of them. I have things disconnected right now. We also have some seat jackers from Amazon. These, you can attach a MOLLE panel to the front, which is what I did, and then I just have a fire extinguisher mounted, because it's always recommended to have a fire extinguisher easily accessible. So you just mount it with some Velcro straps, so very quick and easy to pull off in the case of emergency. I have let me get the car started so you can see it. I have a dash camera here installed, front and rear. So this is a front and rear dash cam, so because you can't actually see anything outside the back of the topper. It's way too dark with all the window tint. I did get the windows tinted, I guess I should mention that. So this actually gives me the opportunity to see out my rear view window, which is very nice. I'm a big fan. So this is hardwired into my second battery, which I'll show here in a second. This is the battery monitor control for it, that you can choose what voltage it cuts in and out at. And it's connected to my dual battery, or my second battery, so I never have to worry about it killing my starter. And pretty much actually all my lighting, everything aftermarket is on my secondary battery, which this is the voltage meter for that. And then this is a blacked out button because I can't find a switch that I actually like to put in here. But this is a self jumper. This will connect my secondary battery to my starter battery if need be. Back here we have a lot more. We have a custom charging station, which I have a video to how I did this. Link in the description, or I'll put it up on the card over in this corner, I think. Then we have a whole battery system where the solar comes in. This is a charging hub for all my camera batteries and flashlights and whatever. We have about an 85 amp hour lithium battery. I'm pretty sure I bought 120 off AliExpress, and it came in and all the reviews said it's about 85 amp hours. So that's what I'm assuming, because it did seem a little small initially for 100 amp hour. But it's AliExpress. What can you expect? Solar charge controller, a DC to DC charger, because I wanted everything to be charged up 100% of the time, especially if we get days without solar. So that's, like today, it's extremely overcast. So when I was running the car, this has been doing work, my DC to DC charger. And I think, besides some seat covers, these, I mean, they're just seat covers. They're nothing special, really nothing unique. I did LEDs all the, let me turn these on. I did LEDs up in here so they're actually bright, because the ones before were so pathetic. It's practically useless. But I think that's it on the interior that you can see. I did put a new amplifier. I guess I should mention the new head unit. I'm forgetting this stuff because it's not really special. Like, you know, kind of anybody has done it. But a new head unit. It's an Alpine 650, ILX 650 or something like that. Forgot to mention, I also have a backup camera just for the head unit. That way I can reverse easy. I did put a new amplifier and a new subwoofer in behind the seat using the stock location and box, so it's all hidden. I try to keep everything as clean and stock looking as possible. I just prefer it that way. Back here, we have a 12-volt fridge on a DIY fridge slide, which I have a link to how we did that, a video on how we did that as well. That's connected into a fuse block that's in there. That's ran from the it's ran from the lithium battery in the cab. So it's in that container right there, or compartment, whatever you want to call it. I have some lighting in here. That one broke because I did buy a cheap strip set, and then, you know, LED lighting is so cheap, I bought another one because I wanted light up top. So I figured this was if I have the topper on, and then these were if I have the topper off. And there has been times where both have been useful, so that was nice. I keep an Apache case from Harbor Freight tucked away there because it fits perfectly, and that's like spare clothes just in case I accidentally have to spend the night somewhere or spill something on my clothes. And it's come in clutch 2 or 3 times in the 3 years I've had it. So is it worth it? Probably not, but it's there. We have the 12-volt fridge. Let me open this up real quick. So this opens up, like I said, we made a video on this. This is a no-weld, all bolt-on installation with a AJ 50 quart fridge from Set Power. To be honest, this is the 3rd one I've had from them. My first one I got was a 40 that died in a week. The second one was a 40 that died after about a year. And then they sent me this one, which is a 50, and they didn't realize they sent me this, but they're like, oh, we don't want it back. It's too much to ship, so can you just, you know, keep it? I was like, yeah, sure. So that's that. It works. It's nice. Got some eggs and onions and hash browns. That's my dinner/breakfast. I have breakfast for dinner and for breakfast, so it should be good. But that's pretty much it. I have a bed rug installed, but that came with the truck. I didn't install it. The topper is a snug top. Yeah, it's a snug top. Which my truck, before me, the owner had it in Arizona. And then a guy bought it from that guy, brought it to Florida. And then I bought it from that guy because he was moving to New Zealand. So the truck couldn't go, although this thing would be a beast in New Zealand, I think. I don't know anything about New Zealand, to be honest. But I think that's pretty much it. I have 8 rock lights underneath. See if I can get a good... yeah, there's one right there. Of course, it's filthy now. There it is. So, I mounted those pretty much here, here and up front. I really don't understand the point of putting them in the wheel well, because I don't give a crap about seeing the top of the tire. I did it for actual lighting, so while I'm at camp I can light it up the ground around it, or I can put, you know, I mean, I usually run it in purple because I think it looks cool, but man, I got so much cake, so much mud. Well, let me show you under the hood. I forgot. This is my first walk around of this truck ever, so having to do everything is making me forget. So let me open this up real quick, see if I can get it with one hand. Okay, now I guess for the good stuff. Let's start on the new. This is a cowl induction snorkel mod. I have a video on this if you want to watch it. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll put a card up in the top right now. A dual battery DIY system. I did that video for that too. I've had this for so many thousands of miles now, and it's doing great. It works wonderfully. Zero issues. I love it. It's one of my favorite mods because it allows me to do so much. This is the battery isolator that's needed for the dual battery, which it's all in that video. It's all covered. Over here, here's a bit of a mess. I'll be honest, I did this way back before I cared more, and I've not fixed it because it's a lot of work. So this is the switch assembly hub for all the switches inside. So everything runs into there, and I'm not very smart, and I have it mounted to my fuse block, or my fuse box here in the engine, which, to be fair, I've never had to replace a fuse in there, so this has never been an issue. I've also never taken my truck to a shop to have them work on it because I don't want anybody to have to deal with my mess. So I do all my own work. This is the 60 amp fuse for this switch hub. A fuse block for things that are always need to be powered. So what we have here is I have the ultimate headlight mod to put brighter lights. Those are off of Tacoma World. If you look up ultimate headlight mod, they should pop up. We have an air compressor, which I don't think that's actually an air compressor connection. I think that's just power. No, that actually is the air compressor. That goes all the way to the back because that's using, this is connected to my secondary battery, and that way I can just turn the car on and it's running the air compressor versus it killing the battery. The rear lights and the dome lights, those are for the dome and rear of the topper. And then all this bundle, oh my goodness, this bundle is actually for the rock lights. There's 8 different leads, and I actually stripped them down and redid them to get rid of some of this mess, and they're still such a big mess. And then I have more mess of stuff. I have, oh, we have a visitor. Hey, buddy. Hey, handsome. Continuing on. Oh, so when the car is running, this battery connects to that battery. So then this battery is running my headlights, and it's running the air compressor, and it's also running my subwoofer or my amplifier for the subwoofer. Basically, it's designed to never drain the starter battery. If I leave the headlights on, it drains my secondary battery. So my starter battery, my truck should always be able to start from power. That's the idea. Only time it didn't is because the battery itself died. I replaced it, got a bad one from Walmart. That's the only time I've ever had an issue with the battery. But I think that's it. People are shooting off in that background. That dog is going off. Hope he's okay. He's a little cutie. But I think that's it. I'm going to call it there. So I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know this was a longer video, but I wanted to make sure I covered everything and kind of just go over it all and then hopefully not get shot, because they're shooting out there and I'm not what they want, hopefully. But I thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. But until then, peace out.